Here to talk about our labor challenges at the City of Albuquerque and about a new recruiting effort. And we really want to showcase the jobs available and the incentives available to come work for the city that you love, for the City of Albuquerque. And so we want to really share that particular positions are available with the folks who actually have them available. So we're going to have a quick kind of sound off from a bunch of different departments. But I want to begin by saying that, the city, we kept people employed during the pandemic. We did not make layoffs, we did not make furloughs, and we kept the safety net running and strong throughout the pandemic. And now we're pushing for recovery. But to do that, we've got to have people filling our vacancies. And like businesses all over the state and all over the country and any other organization, frankly, we know we have challenges recruiting right now. And so we're announcing today that we have opportunities for folks to jump into a career with the City of Albuquerque. And we have positions available that range from entry-level jobs with very low educational requirements to very senior jobs like engineers and architects. The need is that great for the City of Albuquerque right now. So now through the end of the year, we're offering a series of bonuses for open positions, starting at $750, ranging on the high end to, of course, what our officers in APD announced yesterday. And there's a range of positions, from animal control officers to code enforcement to drivers and more. Even our homeless outreach teams and our new ACS department all have vacancies for social workers and other outreach positions. So for us, this is an effort to commit to, first and foremost, the broad definition of public safety. When it comes to public safety, we have to address every aspect of public safety. That does mean code enforcement. It does mean our facilities security. It does mean social workers. And of course, it means sworn officers and PSAs over at APD. It also means EMTs at our fire department, all of which are experiencing now tremendous shortages. Now, we do know that with respect to APD, our academy continues to be full. That is the good news. We've had strong classes. We graduated 6 laterals yesterday. We have 48 cadets graduating in October, and we've got over 100 laterals and cadets scheduled for the new class coming at the end of the year. That is going to roughly hit our commitment to get 400 new officers. The challenge, of course, has been the departure of so many officers. And so our chief and others are going to talk more specifically about the situation at APD. But this is a situation that is citywide, as you can see, in almost every department in the city. So we've got openings across departments, across skill sets, across education levels, across backgrounds. Now is the time to come work for the city that you love. So to begin with, we're going to sound off a bunch of different departments, but we'll start with APD. So on that, our Chief, Harold Medina. Chief.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for everybody being here today. This is an exciting time for us at the Albuquerque Police Department because there is no denying that 2020 was one of the most challenging years for law enforcement, not only in the city of Albuquerque, but across this nation. And as we've seen more and more officers hitting that age of retirement, we're committed to hiring more officers to help keep our community safe. We have created a very competitive incentive package for future officers, starting with the biggest bonuses we've ever offered. We're offering up to $15,000 sign-up bonus for lateral officers, $5,000 for new cadets, and $1,500 for police service aides. When I was an officer, I enjoyed working the streets of Albuquerque more than anything else. I enjoyed being that first responder and being able to go out there and help the community on a daily basis in a first-hand fashion of being the one that's there when somebody needs help and assistance. So in order for us to continue to advance forward, reduce wait times, and do everything we want to in terms of community policing and community outreach, we have to strengthen and increase the number of officers we have. Hiring lateral officers will help us get more officers on the street quicker, as their academy is shorter, and with their experience, it's a less learning curve for them to be able to interact and work positively with the community. Also, we have a big interest in hiring PSAs. The Albuquerque Police Department has to stop thinking of today and how many officers we need this year. We know that our PSAs become officers down the road. And we want to increase the ranks of our PSAs so that 2 years from now, half the individuals we're looking for, we know are already in our ranks as PSAs, and we just need to transition them over into officers. It's about carving out the future, and for once APD planning 2-3 years ahead on how we're going to be hiring and how we're going to make it easier on ourselves. Many PSAs, like I said, have aspirations of becoming officers or going into civilian roles. Additionally, we have a need for 911 operators and dispatchers that take the calls from the community. Right now we have 13 vacancies in our 911 Academy for the fall. But with that, we're going to turn it over to one of our public service aides, Thomas, and he's going to say a few words.
Hello everyone, my name is Thomas Novicki and I'm a police service aide with the Albuquerque Police Department. I just want to talk real quickly about the possibility of becoming either an officer or a PSA with the Albuquerque Police Department. It's a fantastic career opportunity, and I became a PSA because I wasn't quite 21 years of age yet, which is a requirement for officers. And as a PSA, I get experience to the basics of law enforcement, the fundamentals of APD, which will make it an easier transition for when I do eventually become an officer when I turn 21. I've always wanted to go into law enforcement. My dad's been serving proudly in this community since 2002, and seeing him come home every day happy that he made a difference in the community and that he was able to go to work every day with a group of people that made a difference. It inspired me to do the same. And that's about all I have to say. If you have any questions, go to apdonline.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. You know, I think it's important to mention there, you know, I worked patrol with Thomas's dad years ago in the Southwest on Graveyard. And you see how it's a generational thing. His son's now coming onto the department. And that's the opportunity we want to start for other families and other groups within the community. I myself am a first generation officer, and I hope that someday there's somebody in my family to follow in these footsteps. But we got to open those doors and continue, and we're hoping that some of these incentives will give individuals that little extra bump to get back to Albuquerque and invest in our community. Thank you.
Thanks so much. I'm going to see if I can turn this up a little bit. Okay, so thanks so much, Chief. And now with our new department, which we hope to come online fully this winter, we have a lot of hiring needs for that as well. And that's the Albuquerque Community Safety Department. So Director Mariela Ruiz-Angel.
Good afternoon, everybody. So as Mayor mentioned, ACS is a brand new and innovative department that is about reimagining what community safety can be. We will be sending trained professionals to nonviolent calls on homelessness, addiction, and behavioral health issues, as well as calls like abandoned vehicles and needle pickups. ACS will work alongside police and fire while freeing up officers to focus on violent crime. What we are looking for is behavioral health responders. This is an opportunity to directly serve the people in our community in a unique way that could inspire change. An opportunity to be a part of history and a national leading model of public safety for our community. We're looking for people who have lived experiences as well as backgrounds in social work, counseling, community outreach, peer support. These are full-time positions, city positions, with competitive salaries, full benefit packages, and educational incentives. Responders will receive comprehensive training and professional development opportunities. If you're passionate about helping our community, this is your chance to use your experience and make a difference. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, and then we have with us our Deputy Director for Municipal Development that handles all of our city security, Paul Rogers.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning. We're here this morning to talk about incentives and bonuses in order to attract some viable applicants. The Department of Municipal Development is where the security for facilities and transit for the city is housed, and we always have a need for good quality people. I'd like to celebrate the fact that today we're announcing that you can obtain up to a $750 bonus by applying and staying employed with the Metropolitan Security Division. Other benefits we have are a full benefit package, as well as uniform allowance, retirement, and promotional opportunities for upward mobility. So it's truly about obtaining and advancing in a career. We do have very diverse assignments within security, everything from the museum and zoo all the way to transit, and coming up in the near future, parks and recreation assignments. We currently have 15 openings for Metro Security. We anticipate another 10 very soon, and those 10 folks will be dedicated to Parks and Rec focused tasks. If you have questions about the Metropolitan Security Division, you can refer to the website. We are under, as I said, DMD, the Department of Municipal Development. Look for the Security tab, MSD, and you'll find additional information as well as application information and information which will be added today specific to the bonus opportunities. In addition to all of the other opportunities that we have within the Security Division, we have our own training program, and we believe that it's important that security officers be a part of their community. You know, it's interesting when I see our officers interact with the community. We are truly there to offer assistance to any need they may have, and it may be something as simple as just referring them to other services. However, we do fulfill a need. In a lot of instances, our guys know people by their first name, so they can offer that touch of personal service. Thank you for your time.
So all of this information is available, obviously, on our website, but cabq.gov, and just type in jobs or hiring, and the right stuff will show up. Okay, we also want to hear, as I mentioned, from our fire rescue, and they're also experiencing shortages, and so Deputy Chief Mowry.
Good morning, everybody. Nearly 300 years ago, Benjamin Franklin looked to his community for volunteers to assist with fires that were going on in Chicago and in Philadelphia area. Nearly this many years later, Albuquerque Fire Rescue looks towards its community again for individuals who want to do this type of service. Back then, all they did was extinguish fires. Nowadays, Albuquerque Fire Rescue does a multitude of emergencies to include water rescue, mountain rescue. Our poor canine friend, we had one recently, got his head stuck in a rim. Albuquerque Fire Rescue was there to assist with that. So it's a very diverse work environment. Our job, we're not in one office every day. Our job office could be here at City Hall. Our job office could be in the West Mesa. It could be in the mountains. It could be in the Rio Grande. It could be at a family's home. So we are asking for individuals 18 years of age or older. They have to have 15 college credit hours or 2 years military service with proof of discharge. We do give preference to those with an EMT license, whether a basic or a paramedic. AFR does offer a $15,000 bonus for individuals who currently have their paramedic license. The process is fairly simple. We offer a written examination, a wildland firefighter test, a candidate physical ability test certification. They go through an interview, and then they go through the chief selection process. Every year, Albuquerque Fire has classes going on. We will be beginning the process in January again of 2022, and you can find all the information at cabq.gov/fire.
Okay, and from the animals' perspective, we also need help. So our Director of Animal Welfare, Carolyn Ortega.
Hello, everybody. Of course, I cheated. I brought the puppy, and everyone who takes a job with animal welfare will get a puppy or a kitten. So, but we'll also be giving incentives as well. So we are very short-staffed right now. We have about 800 pets in our shelter right now. So we are really looking to fill some key positions. Our animal protection officers, who we just rebranded this year, we will be giving out up to $1,500 incentive for taking a position. That position is very, very important. It is our safety arm of our animal welfare, and it goes out into the community and really protects not only the animals out in the community, but the community members as well. And I'd like Lieutenant McKay to come down and just show you our new branding, our new badges. So when you see them out in the community, they look a little different, but this is our law enforcement part of our team. And so if you always wanted to go into law enforcement, but maybe the police department or the fire department wasn't the right fit, our animal protection officers actually do investigations out in the community. They enforce our HART ordinance, which are our animal laws, and they just make sure that the community and the pets continue to be safe in the community. So if you have a passion for enforcing and making sure that people are caring for their pets, this is the job for you. We also have our animal handler positions that we are really short-staffed in. As I mentioned, we have 800 pets, and we need animal handlers to care for those pets. They provide the day-to-day care for all of these 800 pets. It's their part-time home, so we care for them as if they are home. They get their food and their shelter and their enrichment. They go for potty walks, and we just need as many of those staff positions filled so that we can properly care for those pets. And then and there will be a $750 incentive for our animal handlers as well. Our adoption counselors are key to getting our pets into the right homes. So if you are passionate about making a difference in a pet's home and for a pet and getting them into the right home, that's a position for you. And then of course part of our team are our vet assistants and our whole vet staff. We have so many pets that come into our shelter that have contagious diseases or they have health issues, and it's imperative that we have the number of staff to be able to properly care for those, get them in good health, and get them into their forever homes. So please, if you're interested in animals and you really want to make a difference in the animal world, we encourage you to come and work for animal welfare. I know you'll love it as much as I do.
Okay, and we mentioned a little bit about Parks and Recreation, and as a reminder, remember we have some new public safety initiatives, security team that goes to our parks, security that does different floating assignments, but we also have vacancies in traditional Parks and Rec areas. And so with more on that, our Deputy Director, David Flores.
Well, it's a little afternoon, so I'll say good afternoon. And David Flores, Deputy Director of Parks, and I'm the one that gets to go after the puppy. So, lucky me. Well, we do have a lot of dog parks, and the opportunities are plenty in full and part-time positions. You get to work at, in the dog parks. You have lifeguard opportunities where you can save lives, and you can interact with kids every day with our climbing walls, bike rodeos, and a little place called Balloon Fiesta. There's a great opportunities out there for golf. So being out there in the fresh air and green grass, that's quite a nice office we have out there, 3,000 acres of parkland and open space. So all these opportunities are available, and in particular we have opportunities there for plumbers. So we have the incentive, $750 incentives for a plumber, a qualified plumber, that also can work on a lot of our facilities like drinking fountains, our buildings, and again our pools. Those are opportunities that you can engage in a really, really dynamic, friendly environment that just adds to the quality of life here in Albuquerque. And a lot of people mostly have these fond memories as kids, even growing up either in programs or being a lifeguard and working out on our facilities. So we encourage you, we love to have you and as part of our team, and even with, as volunteers, we are open and welcome for any and all of that. So we're ready for you. Thank you.
Thanks, David. And a lot of these folks that you're hearing from started out in those early positions. with the city. And so David's one of our longtime city folks. And another one is Matt Whalen, our Director of Solid Waste. Matt.
Good afternoon. Thank you guys for coming out and for helping us get the message out that the city of Albuquerque is hiring in all departments. So it's a great place to work. I'm the Director of Solid Waste. We need drivers. We're giving an incentive of $750 for all Class A and Class B CDL drivers. We need transport operators who will receive a bonus, and we also need heavy equipment operators who will also receive a $750 bonus when they get hired for the solid waste department. We also need mechanics, but even though we need those positions, we have a lot of other positions we need. We need laborers, we need account reps, we need code enforcers, we need everything. So go to the website, cabq.gov/solid waste to see what jobs we have, and we're encouraging everybody to come. Solid waste is a great department to work for. It's a unique department. It's a department where we have second and third generation drivers. We have second and third generation people who've worked for us, that their parents worked for us, their uncles and their dads worked for us. And it's a great place where you can start as a laborer. And we have so many opportunities. You can work your way up from being a laborer to a driver to an account rep to working in any other department. Our current acting associate director started his career 20 years ago as a laborer, and now he's our acting associate director, and he's the superintendent of our Clean Cities division. So I'd encourage you to go to the website, look us up, solid waste, talk to some of your solid waste drivers, and they'll tell you how great a career it is and how much fun you'll have working for the city of Albuquerque. Thanks.
All right, and moving to a different facility and more of a professional area of vacancies, but also some entry-level areas too in our planning department. Brennan Williams.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Mayor. As he mentioned, I work for the planning department. Nobody has said it yet at this podium today, so I'll say it. It's the best city department to work for over at planning. Just ask anybody behind me. But the mayor's correct. We do have some very important vacancies that we are trying to fill, specific to our code enforcement specialists, as well as our municipal planners. We're offering a $750 bonus for those positions. And our construction inspectors, we're offering a $2,500 bonus for certified construction inspectors. These are very important positions, help shape the future of the city, and we're looking forward to all interested candidates. Thank you.
Okay, and next another director who literally started as a driver, Danny Holcomb, Director of Transit.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to talk about some of the driver positions we have for our transit. We have about 70 motor coach operator positions we're trying to fill. One of the nice things about this position is we have a $1,000 bonus after 1 year of completion. We offer CDL training, teach our drivers how to get a CDL, train them on that. And I think one of the neat things that I like about the city, and I'm not sure anyone else here can say this, I started off 26 years ago making $5 an hour as a driver for the city of Albuquerque. Now I'm the director, so there is room for advancement and growth. Thank you very much.
Drop the mic. Okay, and lots more vacancies available across our community centers and other outreach positions that with respect to homelessness. And for more on that, our director, Carol Pierce.
Thank you, Mayor. There's nothing more important than the care of children in our community. And at the City of Albuquerque, we offer care for children in 25 child development centers that are throughout our community. It's an opportunity to work in a neighborhood. We are offering a $750 bonus for teaching assistants as well as teachers. And right now we have about 30 vacancies. Really important work to really lift up our families here in our community. We also have several public outreach positions. So addressing our unhoused neighbors in our community is really important. We're adding to that team and have a $750 incentive for those public outreach workers. We really encourage you to come work for the Department of Family and Community Services, the heart and soul of the city. Thank you.
All right, well, I appreciate all our directors and the other folks who are out here. This is very important for our city, and we're just trying to do what we can to make sure that we can keep this city up and running and helpful to our families in every sense of the word. So with that, I think what we're going to do is take a few questions and then we might break if there's some specific topics that we need to cover. But for questions on this, one thing I also just want to share is the bonuses are different, obviously, depending on the job. And so that's something we worked on primarily with the market, with respect to talent, the qualifications, and obviously those sort of pay wages. So the bonuses are different. You can see them all online, but they're different for good reasons. And lastly, we're using for these, we have so many vacancies that we're in great shape budget-wise because we have so many vacancies. So we have plenty of vacancy savings to use to put towards these bonuses. Okay, so Ava, questions?
I guess that was my question that you answered right there. How do you decide who gets what bonuses? You already answered that. So.
Yeah, and for more details, our HR director or the press release will have all that in there. Oh, let me add in one thing. You know, with respect to APD, you know, we have learned, obviously it was about 6 weeks ago, Santa Fe is doing the same bonus. So, right, so we're not alone in this. Santa Fe beat us to it, and I think Hobbs is also doing something similar.